Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tipsy Ghosts. We're your tipsy hosts, Sarah, and Lindsey.
Hey guys.
Hi. So we took a little trip across the pond.
Across the pond.
You crossed the pond.
It was a combination of words there. Across the pond lately. Well, two of us did, and we brought Flat Lindsey with us.
Flat Lindsey.
I was there.
She was there. Everywhere.
Lindsey couldn't make it, and that's okay. She was there with us in spirit.
And in picture.
And in pictures. You hit several milestones. That's
landmarks?
Yeah, that's what I meant. You walked.
Check that off my milestone list.
You ate solid foods.
I was just gonna say that. You had solids.
I didn't even crawl first. I just walked. Yay me.
You did a great job, and you behaved very well
And
over there.
You can clap your hands now.
Yes. I'm so
By
excited.
yourself.
You know, I've never gone across the pond, and so I was very excited to go with you guys.
Yeah,
You have now.
you did.
I put your flat face in my luggage, and I wondered if they checked it for security. You know, like I was like,
Opened it and it's just
Yeah.
Lindsey.
It's jump scare. One of them was a really cute picture. They're actually all really cute pictures, but I thought
No.
you would only approve of one of them.
Yes.
The other I didn't ask
The
for
other
permission.
two were awful pictures of me. You guys think they're cute.
So
They're
cute.
adorable.
No, they're not.
Yeah. I tried to get more, but it was a little awkward at times to just pull your flat face out of my bag and be like,
And then just pose for a picture.
we did in several places. And in fact, we haven't posted them all. So we'll have to show you.
See them.
There's a couple more. But really, what did we go for?
The one, the only, the lady, the myth, the legend, our Lord and Savior, Taylor Smith. No,
Did you say Smith? She built it up so much. And it fell flat. That was a
Taylor Smith.
flat line right there.
She would be so disappointed.
Are you sure you're a Swiftie? Are you a Smithy?
I'm apparently Smith.
You're a Smithy.
This shrine behind the camera would not,
Yeah, you can
Tell
have
you.
visual prompts. It's right
I
there.
mean, her name is everywhere.
literally everywhere. Taylor Smith.
They went to go see T Swift in London.
It's like the knockoff version. We flew over to see
The
Taylor
Walmart
Swift.
version.
It's like her lookalike, but it's not her.
Yeah.
I'm Taylor
She's
Smith.
pretty good. Yeah. But the real Taylor Swift was really good, and it was incredible and life-changing.
And you guys went to two nights.
We
You
did
got
go to two.
tickets for a second.
Yes. It was lovely. It was, I can't say any more good words. It was so fun.
It was really fun, except for we both did come back with the plague. So there is that, however, worth it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
We got boobs. The plague.
You didn't have it before.
Boobs came back with us in full force.
That cracked me up.
Little random weird fact today. I was helping my mom clean out their closets and stuff, and she has kept my bridesmaid's dress from when I was 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
And she goes, "Do you want this?" And I said, "My boobs alone will not fit into that."
Thanks, Mom.
That was pre-puberty Lindsay.
There's absolutely no way
That this
I'm
body
fitting anything.
will ever fit into anything when I was 13 years old.
Really, in high school, I can't wear anything from high school.
No.
Who wants to wear stuff from high school anyway?
I'm so glad that she kept that dress.
Well, honestly, those trends are coming back around. So you might have wanted to, but you can't.
That's
I
true.
wore a lot of sweatpants,
Oh, thank God.
turns out.
I mean, yes, me too. This was like prom dress, bridesmaid dress.
I know. Isn't that funny how we always think we're going to wear those again? We're like, maybe we can wear them to an event.
Yeah.
What soiree am I going to that I need a ball gown?
No, none. I still have my prom dress.
Taylor Smith wedding.
You know what?
It's the only wedding we're invited to.
I could have worn my prom dress to the concert, and it would have been a good lover.
Oh.
It would have been very hot. It's a huge ball gown.
Oh. Yeah, it would have been a little
Maybe
warm.
more like a Speak Now era, because
Okay.
it was a big ball gown.
Sure.
Well, I really committed to night two's outfit. Really, night one, I liked the outfit too. I went in the Speak Now era. Night two, I was from Tortured Poets, and I was really all in.
Your makeup was...
Thank you. I don't want to burst the bubble, but they were temporary tattoos. So that's why they looked so good.
I thought it was like eyeliner, and I was so impressed.
I know. A lot of people did.
Don't be impressed.
I mean, I'm still impressed with the temporary tattoos.
Thank you. I helped
She had
place
to help
them.
me because I messed them up. So if you've not seen the Fortnite music video with Taylor Swift, she does this video with Post Malone. She wipes her face off and she has his tattoos all over her face. And also at some point she's in this like black Victorian high neck dress that I just felt like I had to go all in. I had to wear them both.
A shorter one, though.
Yeah, it was short because it was hot.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
So it was great for those who kind of knew what the video was and what it was meant for. What I didn't take into account was that we had a 45-minute subway or tube ride from our area, from our hotel.
Central London to
Wembley.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say Wimbledon?
Yes.
Did you even go to London?
Apparently
I was there, and I
What
know.
concert were you at?
I went to
Wimbledon
see
is the tennis.
Taylor Swift.
She went to Taylor Smith at
I went to
Wimbledon.
Taylor Smith at Wimbledon.
Yeah, that was different from Taylor Swift at Wembley. I got it. Knockoff version.
I went to
I can't be
Taylor
trusted.
Swift.
You just tell the story.
So you had a 45-minute tube ride.
We did, and I got to stand with the tube was completely full, right?
I'm sure it's probably all Taylor Swift people.
Not all.
No.
Oh,
Not
really?
all.
You know, people just commuting
Right.
from their business jobs.
Especially like from central London. Like once you get out towards Wembley or Wimbledon, it was more Swifties. Yeah. But when you're in central London, it was all the townspeople. And I got to ride with my face tattoos. I didn't think about that. And I'm 99% sure that there was a lady sitting down trying to take a picture of me, and Boyston saw it too. And she was like trying to interject herself.
You were? That doesn't sound like something you would do.
We went on different trips.
We were there, but like not there. We really tried hard to shove every single thing we could into this trip. And it turns out we really only half planned the trip, which, you know, we ended up with the most important things, which was the concert, night 1, night 2 for us. And then after that, we had 3 more days where we were just trying to like run from one thing to the next. And turns out you have to book everything in advance in London because it is completely booked full. And I
believe
didn't know that. As you can imagine, when you travel across the pond, you come back with some serious jet lag.
I was exhausted.
I'm sure you were. Plus, you had to flip back to nights for work.
I mean, yeah, it was rough.
That probably would have been fine for you. I had 24 hours and then I had to go back to work.
Same. So luckily, a few days before we went back to work, we started taking our Magic Mind again.
We did. We had been taking it for 3 days and then I realized this is incredible because it's like a mental performance shot, which I needed at work.
It's a vitamin for your brain.
It's like time-released caffeine. It's 1 shot a day. It actually tastes pretty good. You know, it's got matcha in there, so it's got like this little lemony hint.
My favorite part, though, is that it's very small and easy to take with you on the go. So you can add it to your daily caffeine. If you're like me and you can't miss a day without your coffee, then you can just add it to it in the morning, and it really does help.
I love that they donate 5 cents for every bottle sold to mental health charities and also helping out with the homeless population and the homeless crisis we have here in America. Warms my little heart.
You can also wait 100 days to decide if you're actually satisfied or not. And if you're not satisfied before 100 days, it's 100% back. They're that confident in the product. And honestly, I love it too.
That's actually unheard of.
Seriously, 100 days.
Yeah, for 100% refund if you just decide you don't like it after that long.
Mm-hmm.
We have a limited offer that you can use now that gets you up to 48% off your first subscription or 20% off one-time purchase with the code TipsyGhostLT20 at checkout. That's TIPSYGHOSTLT20 at checkout.
Or you can claim it at magicmind.com/TipsyGhostLT.
So another thing that happened while we were in London, this won't surprise anybody, but we had to take a little ghost walking tour
Of course.
one night. And
I remember it well.
Yeah, you were there, although we moved so much and so quickly that I couldn't take any pictures with
That's
you.
okay. It's okay. It's the memories that I have.
That's why we took the one with your eyes wide open so you could see ghosts. Turns out it was more of like a history walking tour with some like spooky stories told in there, which was still kind of cool. We started at, I think it was Green Park, and we ended at the Tower of London, which is huge and beautiful. And we took a little boat ride down the majestic Thames.
You have to call it the River Thames.
The majestic River Thames.
Did you know that Uber has boats?
No, but I believe it.
You can call on an Uber boat.
Like Venice. I believe it.
They're big. Probably fit, 100 people on there. Well, one of the things that our guide told us on our little tour was a little fact that we weren't going to go see it, but there is a very famous haunted townhouse or house. I've seen it listed both ways at 50 Berkeley Square. And it was a little bit further away.
I just have some fun facts before you get started.
Oh, I love fun facts.
London is allegedly the most haunted city in the world.
Really?
Fun fact off of the fun fact. Recently, I've been told that allegedly does not clear you of
legal
issues. Ramifications.
That rocked my whole world. Like, what am I supposed to say now?
We were not given a solution. Most ghost sightings in London are in the underground, near Green Park Station.
But do you remember why?
Plague burial ground found thousands of crushed human skulls while digging for tube.
Yeah, he said that even while you're taking the tube down to Green Park Station, you can actually feel it dip down below where lots of human remains are still.
They were digging for the tube and they found massive burial plot of crushed bones. They're like, oh. So then they decided to go underneath.
Yeah, let's just dig around the bones instead of through the bones.
We'll leave those there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's wise.
I would agree with that.
TBH.
But do you remember where the most, besides the place I'm going to talk to you guys about, do you remember the most haunted place in London? Are the tube stations. He said that you often see, or you may not know, that there are spirits just walking around underground.
I saw the ghost of Taylor Smith.
Was it hideous?
She sounds ugly.
Was she playing tennis at Wimbledon?
She was wearing khakis.
She sounds hideous.
She still looked adorable.
I believe it, but also when I die, I don't want to be haunting some train station just taking the train.
Just confused?
Yes,
I do.
Just riding the train all day, every day.
Do you know how convenient that is? The underground? First of all,
it really was. It was magical.
My mind was blown. This has been around for years.
Yeah.
But if you just bring up your credit card on your phone, you can just tap.
Have y'all never ridden the subway? Have you been to New York City or anything?
No, I have stayed in Kansas City.
This was back in the day, but a card that you just a subway card. And you just tap it and you do the turnstile and you get on and you go underneath the ground. And
you can use your big old honking cell phone.
Yes.
And you just ding and then it lets you through the gates.
Unless you're me and you struggled with it several times.
She did.
It is the easiest way to get around. I love it.
Anyways, it shows how old I am that I've been blown away by using my phone as my credit card.
I haven't even done that yet.
Mike makes fun of me because since I've been back, that's the only way I pay. And I get so happy when I can just click, tap, done. And I smile at the end of every purchase.
Wow. I'm so happy for you.
I'm so sorry.
I catapulted you into the future.
I cannot tell you how happy that makes me. Please go on.
I was going to say, though, that my favorite part about the tube is that there's this unspoken rule that you cannot speak to strangers. They do not want you to talk to other people.
I like that rule.
Magical.
So,
can you imagine why I love this place so much?
Because you don't want people to talk to you ever.
No, it's great. Because I've been to Chicago and New York and I've ridden the subways and it's different. It's very loud and noisy and bustling, but this is it's weirdly quiet in the tube stations. Nobody's talking and you can hear every announcement. Mind the gap. And when you get on the tube, nobody's talking to each other. They all got their little earbuds in, minding their own business. It's amazing.
If I had to be a ghost, that is where I want to be.
Okay, I'm going to take you back to 50 Berkeley Square. It is a townhouse / house. I'm not sure technically what it is. It's connected to other houses, but it was built in 1750 and it's located in Mayfair in central London.
1750 is before America was born.
That's crazy.
BA before America.
New time frame. Unlocked. During the 19th century, it became known as the most haunted house in London. From 1770 to 1827, Prime Minister George Canning lived here until his death. After Mr. Canning, the Honorable Elizabeth Carson lived in the house until she died at age 91 in 1859. Many stories of the paranormal started to come around during the time that she lived here, around the year 1840. After Miss Curzon died, The house was bought by a man named Thomas Myers, and poor Thomas was described as strange by many people. And apparently, right after he moved in, he had been recently rejected by his fiancée, which had supposedly driven him mad. He became a recluse, sleeping during the day and only coming out at night to walk through the house with a candle. I don't think that's weird.
Where are you?
These are our new mugs, by the way.
Those are props, apparently.
This is my candle.
They can pretend to be candles.
Sometimes he would also make strange noises during his nightly walks.
So sorry. I don't know why I did that.
Is that a noise you make while you walk?
With a candle.
That's more what I was thinking. Not
She's a cat.
I don't know why I am the way I am. I don't know.
We still love you.
Thanks.
I appreciate your strange noise. Thank you. Really added to this story. Well, as you can imagine, this frightened neighbors and people who were passing by at night.
It would frighten me too if I heard
with a candle in the shadow.
I'd be like, "Is somebody stepping a cattail?"
It's Thomas walking through his house. He doesn't know how to human anymore. He's only cat.
He forgot.
Yeah.
The transformation is complete.
That's what happens when you haunt the tubes.
You turn into a cat.
That'd be kind of fun. In 1873, he was sued by the local council for failing to pay his taxes. After he failed to appear in court, the magistrate excused him since he lived in the, quote, haunted house. He didn't have to pay it.
Again, we need to buy a haunted house. You don't have to pay your taxes, Boydston.
Just get away with it. She'd still pay him. They'd be like, no, ma'am, you really don't have to.
You live in a creepy house.
I have to pay these. It's
I will
the
pay
law.
next year's as well.
Can I pay in advance?
Can I prepay the next 10 years?
Okay, bougie.
I don't want to fall behind. No, we're sharing this house. You guys have to help.
Oh, okay.
Myers died the following year and left the house to his sister. But since the house was in pretty rough shape, she never actually lived there, and the house was left abandoned until 1884. Darn, if only we were alive at this time.
If we were alive at this time, I promise you we would not be able to buy a house.
You were like on your second life by then because you were in Salem already. You had already died in Salem.
Yeah, well, oh, yeah.
1880s,
I came back in London.
Oh, that's like my 10th life.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was here when the world was born.
Wow.
Wow. And you're only on life number 10?
That's a big claim.
Yeah, I've
What was it
lived
like?
a long life.
Okay.
Lives.
I've lived a long life.
A long lives.
Long live.
I knew you were going to do that.
It's long life. That's why
Long life.
Taylor Smith.
Just do it again.
I like that version. Well, rumors started to swirl about this supposed haunted house, and naturally, people began to take interest. According to many people, the attic is the worst place, and it is haunted by several different things. The first one being a young woman. Supposedly, the young woman committed suicide by throwing herself out of the window after she had been abused by her uncle. She appears as either a brown mist or a white figure and is capable of literally frightening people to death.
Oh.
Brown mist. You don't hear that often.
Nope.
You don't, but also frightening
mist.
people to death.
Yeah. Shart mist?
No shit.
Oh. Both are bad. Shart mist.
Why did you bring it a shard?
Brown? No.
Same thing, honestly. Shits and charts.
I'm so sorry, young lady. You're more than a shart.
These are the friends that I chose.
If only
You called her young lady.
we don't know her name. She's just the young lady.
Madame.
Milady.
Malaria.
There is a picture of a mosquito with a top hat. It says malaria. It's so stupid.
Cute.
I know, I like it.
I love that, though.
Malaria.
Next time
That's
we
her
go
name.
across the pond, I'm coming with you.
Please do. Please.
Please do. All right. Are we ready to hear more stories?
Yeah, I don't know where we are.
Well, we were talking about Sharp Mist, young lady.
Yes,
Malaria.
brown
Her name.
brown mist.
Malaria.
That's her name. Now, another story claims that a young man was locked in the attic and fed through a small hole in the door.
Oh, like prison.
Yeah.
Like
Basically.
solitary confinement. Like they feed him through the hole.
You are correct. Eventually, the man went mad, and his spirit is said to haunt the attic. There's another story of a young girl in a Scottish kilt who haunts the attic, but we don't really know much about her. She's just appeared a few times. Some say that she was killed by a sadist, but again, I don't have many details. All right, so by this point, the house had a reputation of being haunted, and people would often bet each other to spend the night. There was a person named Lord Littleton. He accepted this challenge.
To stay the night? Oh, yeah, he
to
did.
stay the night. Yeah.
He did. That's a good story. Listen.
There's a couple like this where they spent the night.
I was there. I don't know if you remember this, but I was there. I've already heard
You weren't
this.
paying attention, so
Okay,
I'm going to tell you
yes,
again.
sorry.
So when Lord Littleton spent the night, he brought a gun just to make sure that he was safe.
What's he going to use it on? The spirits?
Maybe.
Obviously.
Or real people. During the night, he became frightened by a brown mist. It was Malaria herself. That appeared in his room, so he fired his gun.
At the mist?
At Malaria.
Sir.
Malaria.
Littleton.
He fled the house and came back the next morning, and when he tried to find the cartridges, they were nowhere to be found.
Oh, like from the gun?
1879, the Mayfair magazine published an article that mentioned several different ghost stories. A man moved into the house with his 2 teenage daughters, one of which complained immediately about the musty odor smell.
Oh my God. Who in this group would that be?
Stinks in here.
Everywhere we go, oh, it's musty.
It is.
Stinks here.
It smells like an antique shop. I hate that smell.
I
All
love
of that is
smell.
true. Ew. Must?
Grandma's basement.
Yeah.
It's
Must.
Yeah, I'm going to side with Sarah on this one. That's
Damp.
a gross smell.
It's nostalgic.
No.
Like, oh, Grandma, let's play board games.
Won't find me at an antique shop, that's for sure.
Didn't love your grandma.
Maybe my grandma just didn't smell musty.
My grandma smelled like clean linen from Bath and Body Works. Thank you.
Well,
It's a great smell.
You said musty in
Her-
grandma's house.
Basement, however, smelled like grandma's basement.
My grandma's basement also smelled like grandma's basement.
My grandma didn't have a basement because she lives in Florida. There's no basements.
Oh, yeah.
No tornadoes, I guess.
No, they got the hurricanes.
The girl described this musty odor as something like animals in a cage. Gross.
That is different than grandma's basement.
Yes. So one day a maid was asked to prepare one of the rooms, and almost immediately everyone heard her terrified screams coming from the room. The family rushed upstairs to help and found the maid collapsed on the floor saying, "Don't let it touch me." Probably in a more scared voice. They weren't able to figure out what it was, and sadly the maid died the next day at an
Oh.
insane asylum.
She got scared to death.
She was scared to death.
Aww.
One of the girl's fiancé announced that he was very brave, and he was going to spend the night in the room by himself. 30 minutes after him being there, everyone could hear his terrified screams, followed by a gunshot. They rushed up again to help him, but found him dead on the floor and his face twisted in terror, literally scared to death. Malaria strikes again.
Where was the gunshot?
I was going
She
to say,
said
where did he
nuisance.
shoot?
He was holding the gun.
Okay, so he didn't like shoot himself
No.
accidentally or something. Okay.
He shot the brown mist.
And then he just was scared to death.
She's an absolute nuisance. All she wants to do is...
Well, so is Malaria.
It fits.
She's a puissance because she's brown. Yep. Okay. You know, they can't all be winners.
Yeah, we'll work on that one. It was almost there.
Yeah.
2 sailors were challenged to stay the night. In the morning, one of them was found dead. They said that he had probably tripped while running away from the house, and the other sailor said that he had been attacked by the aggressive ghost of Thomas Myers. Which I'm like, if there were 2 of you and one of you lived,
Suspicious.
that's weird. The house has now been renovated, and there have been no paranormal claims since 1887.
Well, that's disappointing.
Some people think that maybe since death and afterlife were a pretty popular topic during this Victorian time period, maybe it was just everyone's imaginations. In 1975, the house was featured in a book called Haunted London by Peter Underwood, which sparked some new interest in the hauntings. It also was a venue for a Charles Dickens Ghost Club mission in the Assassin's Creed Syndicate video game, which everybody was really excited about.
I like Charles Dickens.
Yeah.
You like Assassin's
I've
Creed?
never played Assassin's Creed, but Charles Dickens I was on board with.
Anyways, it's no longer a private residence, and supposedly they've not had any issues with it, but I'd still like to go there.
Do they let people like go and investigate, or do they just do the tours?
I don't think that they do.
Okay.
I think it is like a bookstore now.
How did I forget this in the tour?
But maybe by the time we go back, we can.
Okay.
Maybe they don't need the attic. We can just go up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll like offer to rearrange some stuff for them.
I love that. Okay.
Alphabetize things.
It sounds like there's a lot of ghosts that hang out there. I'm not really sure why.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you for refreshing my memory.
So glad you could pay attention this time.
Listen, why do you even take me on these trips when I don't pay attention?
I don't know.
Question.
All right. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in to our paranormal episode. You can always find us at thetipsyghost.com with our socials linked from there, or send us an email at thetipsyghost@gmail.com.
Please give us a 5-star rating or a great review anywhere you listen to podcasts. We really appreciate it, and it really does help.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll catch you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.